This chapter is yet another chapter in which Sun Tzu opens with negative things about warfare. The idea behind this negativity is conflict. This chapter's title is called Armed Conflict, but is really about avoiding confrontations. First off, is that people often interchangeably use battle, conflict, and competition. These ideas are completely separate to Sun Tzu. Battle is about comparison of organizations and also rising to challenges competitors give us when making our moves. Competition is the world of chaos, uncertainty, and unfairness and how to make good decisions despite all of that. And last, conflict is going head to head against your opponents. Sun Tzu teaches avoiding conflict because it creates resistance, it raises the costs and risks of pursuing opportunities, it destroys positions rather than building them. Sun Tzu teaches throughout his book strategy is all about knowing your unique position and knowing how to advance your position, not beating others or proving you're better or being the most popular leader or any of those kinds of things. He adamantly teaches that real success comes from focusing on the real purposes of strategy. In this chapter, Sun Tzu says, quote, use an indirect route as your highway. Use the search for advantage to guide you. In life, we learn that the shortest route is between 2 points is a line. But in strategy, often that route is impractical, especially since our opposition wants to meet us on those routes. Sun Tzu teaches that a detour is often the safest, shortest, and best route for you. Detours are often hidden and take you away from the obvious path, which take you away from conflict because competitors cannot see those opportunities like you can. Conflict is actually sort of unnatural in competition because while in specific engagements, larger forces can overpower smaller forces, and those smaller forces are more nimble, can move faster and change direction faster than they can. So, in the sense of placing a focus on those kinds of advantages can help you avoid conflict, but equally matched people need more because they don't have that luxury of speed or dominance. Sun Tzu emphasizes the importance of secrecy in what we aim to do and when we're making our moves, as well as breaking our moves down into pieces where the only way to counter us is to know all the pieces, or by misdirecting opponents with our actions. On the road, people sometimes cut you off when you signal your turn. By signaling the other way, you make their counter move irrelevant because that's not where you're going. In short, secrecy, misdirection, and breaking down your moves and or aim are all great ways to avoid resistance from others because reducing the friction in our moves saves us investment in the move. In this chapter, Sun Tzu emphasizes great communication. Good communication communicates knowledge, vision, and purpose. You have to inform your people of the situation and tell them what they need to know to do something about it. You have to share with people the vision that you have because people follow leaders with a vision that inspires them, and you have to show them the purpose of what you need from them. People will do what you want them to do when they see that it satisfies what they need. Both the group as a whole, and in smaller ways, the individuals, must benefit and clearly see how they'll benefit before they'll want to support you, especially in times of conflict. Without that communication, unity will definitely break down. And he ends off talking about controlling emotions. Part of what communication is leveraging the emotions of others to support you. But as a leader, you have to control your own emotions because they affect your judgment. Anger will pass, but what you do while you're angry can have a much longer consequences. But controlling the emotions of your competitors is also important. To settle conflicts or to keep them from happening in the first place is about not sparking their negative emotions against you, as best you know how. Also, setting a more general philosophy that both you and your opposition can agree on is another way Sun Tzu recommends avoiding conflict. It also builds your position as well, which is, of course, the point of strategy. Sun Tzu breaks all this knowledge into four main skills, like this. First, we have to know the situation. After we know the situation, we can find inspiration and unique ways in which we can handle the situation, like, for example, finding detours. Then we avoid movement. We want to stay as close to home as possible. We don't want, he who fights first in a confrontation is the one who's going to lose. You want to avoid making the moves. You want your opponents to do so. And most importantly, you want to stay on your own ground. Staying on your own ground, you have the home field advantage kind of thing going on there. So those are Sun Tzu's rules for handling conflict, and all these ideas can boil down into these four main skills. Now it's time to look at the key points for today's chapter.